Hey guys, HelpfulLockPicker here. The video I have for you today is going over some tensioning methods for left-handed pickers. I remember when I was first starting out, learning to tension as a left-handed person, especially top of the keyway, was very difficult and sometimes frustrating, and it made it seem like this sport was almost made for right-handed people. So I'm just going to show you some of the methods that have helped me, and hopefully they can help you as well. The first thing is I recommend you start off picking in a vise. That will take off the factor of you having to try to balance and hold the lock, and now you won't have to fumble around with it. So I'm going to do top of the keyway tensioning on this lock. The one thing about top of the keyway tensioning is you want to make sure it fits nice and snug. This is a 50 thousandths top of the keyway. As you can see, it fits in there very well. Now, if I put in a 40 thousandths, you can see that it isn't in there very well, and it can be very loose, and it will just, a lot of the times you'll be picking, and it'll just fall out. A lot of people like to do bottom of the keyway tensioning, which on this lock isn't a problem, but one thing that bottom of the keyway tension does is it takes up a lot of room, and it puts you at risk of binding the core. So as you're putting on tension, sometimes you'll just be pulling the plug down here, and it'll just be dragging the core on the inside of the lock, and it will not be doing the rotational force that you need to get the lock open. You can see that effect on American locks, and those can be quite tricky to open with bottom of the keyway. So when I like to tension locks, I like to use as much tension as I can get away with. I'm not necessarily saying heavy tension, but I'd like to use the most tension that the lock will let me use. That helps you feel the feedback a lot more. You can sometimes bind multiple pins that will make picking easier, and all around, for me at least, it makes the feedback feel a lot better. So I'm going to start off here with pin 1. Pin 1's good. Got to click off at 2. Nothing on 3. I'm going to start back up on 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I got a false set. 2, 3. Counter on 4. And we are open. Now, one thing that can be frustrating for people learning picking is a lot of people start off picking just padlocks, and they are so accustomed to only having to open clockwise. But this is a deadbolt lock. Potentially you may need to open it counterclockwise. Counterclockwise can be kind of awkward for someone holding it lock in hand. But in a vise it's not too bad. And also with bottom of the keyway tensioning, it's pretty comfortable. But now let's just pretend that we need to get this lock open, but we cannot get it open counterclockwise for whatever reason. So let's just get this picked open. I'll show you a little tool we have that can help. So 1 click, 2 nothing, 3 click, 4 click, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. I'm just going to give it a quick reset. I think I must have overset something. Okay. Click on 1, click on 2, click on 3, click on 4, click on 5, 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, 5 put us in a false set. Okay. Looks like 5 opened us up again. Okay, so now we have the lock open, and what can we do if we cannot get it open the other way is we can use this little tool here, a plug spinner. This is a little GoSo one, and all I need to do is just wind it up, I'm going to wind it up to its click there, and then you want to get a tip that's going to fit very snugly on top of the keyway. Now, all you got to do, I just try to turn the core over just a little bit, it's going to shoot this around past the shear line and onto the other side. So what I'm going to do is just get it in there snug, and then on 3 we'll hit the button. 1, 2, 3, and now we're on the other side and it is open. And that is a great little tool to use if you ever need to get a lock open on the other side. And while we're here too, some people that don't have a top of the keyway tensioner will use a bottom of the keyway tensioner, and they can pick like this. This can work pretty well. And then you can use it on the other side as well. But now the next thing I'm going to want to show you is picking lock in hand. Let me just zoom out for that. Okay, so now picking lock in hand can be a little bit tricky at times for people starting out. It's my preferred method. Now, if I'm going to be doing top of the keyway, this is how I hold the lock. I will tension with my index finger and I'll hold it like this. I'll just do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, clicks on 4, 1, 2, 3, 4. What I like about lock in hand is that you can hold the lock, I find, in a comfortable way where you can really kind of tailor it to your body so you can be comfortable picking. And I like it too because it feels a little bit more realistic in the sense that in a real life situation you're not going to have a vise, essentially. You're going to need to hold something in your hand. And it's good practice. But also, when you're learning to tension locks starting out, this isn't really the best method. Now, if I have to open it counterclockwise, this is roughly how I will hold it. It's a little bit awkward, but it does work. What you want to try to avoid, and this is how I first started top of the keyway, is holding the lock upside down. This method is not the preferred method. There's nothing necessarily wrong with it. It's just that you'll not commonly find locks found oriented this way unless maybe you're in Europe. So that method, if it works for you, that's great. There's nothing wrong with it, but it's not the method that I would recommend that you use. So this video has just been a brief overview of the ways I like to hold my locks when I'm trying to tension. Top of the keyway tension can be very tricky for people starting off. However, as a left-handed picker, there's plenty of ways that you can do it and be quite successful. I just want to let you know that it is, with just some practice, you can get there. I've been through it. A lot of people have been through it. If you go through on the Reddit page and see, there have been a lot of posts about tips on this, and I just hope that this will help you get a better start. I wish when I was starting off I could have seen some more videos of left-handed pickers. If you guys have any suggestions on videos you would like me to make, please leave them in the comments below. And if you'd like to see more videos like this, please subscribe. Thank you so much for checking it out, and as always, I hope you have a great day. Thank you. Bye.